Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to talk about something that feels a little bit like science fiction. Running an AI that's as powerful as something like ChatGPT, but right on your own computer. And the best part? It's completely free, totally private, and it even works when you're offline. So, let's dive in.
So, let me just ask you a question. Have you ever been using one of those mainstream AI services and just gotten frustrated? You're right in the middle of a project, you're in the zone, and bam, you hit a wall.
And it's usually one of three things, right? First off, there's the cost. You hit a paywall just to unlock the really good stuff. Then you've got usage limits. Even if you're paying, you can get cut off after a few hours of hard work. And maybe the biggest one of all, privacy. Every single thing you type, every document you upload, it all gets sent to some company's servers in the cloud. And that's a huge deal if you're working with sensitive company data, or personal finances, or even just writing in a private journal.
But what if there was a whole different way to do it? What if you could get all that amazing AI power, but it was completely free, totally private, and you didn't even need the internet to make it work? Well, it turns out you can.
Okay, so this chart really breaks down the core difference. With cloud AI tools like ChatGPT, everything is happening on their servers, somewhere out there on the internet. But with a local AI, everything, and I mean everything, happens right on your device. That means it's free, your data is 100% private because it never leaves your machine, and you are not tied to an internet connection.
And the tool that makes all this possible is called Gemma from Google. Now, this isn't just some small experimental project. Gemma is a whole family of open-source models that are built on the exact same technology as Gemini, Google's most powerful AI. They've just been specially tweaked to run super efficiently right on our personal computers and phones.
And Gemma isn't a one-size-fits-all deal. It comes in different flavors, or sizes, depending on what kind of hardware you have. The size is measured in something called parameters. You can just think of those as the building blocks of the AI's brain power. So for a phone, you've got smaller, zippy models like the 2 billion parameter one. But for a powerful desktop, you can go all the way up to a 31 billion parameter model for the absolute best performance.
So the big question, how do you actually get this up and running? Let's start with the desktop setup. And don't worry, it's a lot more straightforward than you might think. We can actually break it down into just 3 easy steps.
First, you're going to download a free tool called Ollama. It works on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Next, you just open up your computer's terminal or a command prompt. Finally, you just type in one single command, something like Ollama run Gemma, and you hit enter. The program does the rest. Now, a quick heads up, the larger models are big, like around 19 gigabytes, so it might take a minute. But once it's downloaded, that's it. You're ready to start chatting with your own private AI.
All right, now let's talk about mobile, because this, for me, is where things get really exciting. Having this kind of power right there in your pocket, completely free from needing a cell signal or Wi-Fi, it's a game changer.
And believe it or not, the process for your phone is even easier. You just head to your App Store and download an app called Google AI Edge Gallery. You open it, tap over to the Models section, pick the Gemma model you want. The 2B model is a pretty easy 2 gigabyte download, and you're done. You now have a seriously powerful local AI on your phone.
But the killer feature, the part that really shows off just how powerful this is the fact that it works completely and totally offline. And this is the perfect way to see it in action. Just imagine this. You switch off your Wi-Fi, you turn off your cellular data, your phone is completely cut off from the world. Then you take a picture of something really complex, like a detailed financial chart or a super dense infographic. And then you just ask Gemma on your phone to explain what you're looking at. And without a single bit of data from the internet, using only the processing power inside your phone, Gemma will give you this incredibly detailed, comprehensive analysis of that image. It reads the text, it understands the data, and it explains it all back to you. It's just an amazing demonstration of real privacy and real power.
So seeing that level of power and privacy in action, it naturally brings up the next question, who is this really for? Is Gemma the right tool for what you need to do?
Well, it's really all about balance. On the pro side, you get total freedom. It's free, no usage caps, you get absolute privacy, and it's incredibly powerful. Some of these models have a gigantic memory, what they call a context window, that lets you feed it hundreds of pages of text, like an entire book, to analyze all at once. But on the other hand, the setup is a bit more involved than just creating a login. You do need a reasonably powerful computer or phone, and the speed you get is completely dependent on your own hardware.
So ultimately, when you boil it all down, here's the deal. You're making a trade-off. You can choose the dead simple convenience of a cloud-based AI, or you can opt for the absolute control, privacy, and power that you get from running a local AI like Gemma.
And this leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to chew on. As our personal devices get more and more powerful every year, are we starting to see a major shift? Is this kind of local, private AI the future of how we all use this technology? It's definitely something to watch.